Hello, welcome to this short introductory video to the letter of 1 Thessalonians. This is almost certainly the first of the 13 letters that we have, which Paul wrote, and it was written in a crisis. Acts chapters 16 and 17 describe the extraordinary progress of the gospel ministry as a whole number of different churches were started in the area that we would now call Eastern Greece. And one of those churches was the church at Thessalonica, and it was started in quite a brief amount of time, maybe just a few months, and it was started in crisis. And Paul and his friends are driven out and they travel further south. And Paul is left with a problem that, because of various factors which we don't know for certain, but they may have to do with the bail conditions on which the young Christians were released. There is a reference to that in Acts chapter 17 verse 9. Paul is unable to return to Thessalonica. And it appears that when he was driven out, the young church then entered into a period of real persecution. And so the first 3 chapters are basically an explanation by Paul of why he was unable to return, and also of the ministry that he and Silas and Timothy and had with the young Christians. It's very moving, very personal. The final 2 chapters are an explanation of how these young Christians should live, and Paul starts and ends those 2 chapters talking about sanctification. In many ways, this is could be considered to be a curriculum for discipleship. Paul is describing the basic way, the important things that need to happen in our Christian lives. The theme which runs through the whole letter is actually the return of Christ. This is clearly an issue which the young Christians have been very upset about, they're confused about it, and Paul writes at several points correcting their misunderstandings and just teaching about what will happen when Jesus returns. So the book is quite unique in the sense that Paul is writing in an unusual way. He's writing in a crisis. He's writing to explain what's happened, and he's writing to give clear instructions to young Christians on how to live the Christian life.